Oh, mamacita. Look at that. It's too much. Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Cerealsly, where we take snacksly. I haven't worked out the tagline quite yet. Regardless, my name is Alex, and I run a cereal review YouTube channel called Cerealsly, which has been a dream of mine for a long time. It took me 3 long years of hard work before I even posted my first video on the channel, and now we have exploded into the stratosphere of weekly views in the low hundreds. Listen, I love trying new things, and I hope you enjoy your time here today. In fact, if you've ever had a passion project that you've been working on for a long time with only mediocre results, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. Today, on this first episode ever of Cerealsly, we are attempting to outdo every other snack reviewer on YouTube in one fell swoop. I have done no research, by the way, to confirm this statement in any way, but I am putting out the bold claim that today on Cerealsly, we're going to test more types of classic Oreos than any other single review has ever done before. I'll explain along the way why I think that's true, but the goal of the video should be clear. Just eat a lot of Oreos and have a good time. Along the way, though, I also hope to zero in on a personal answer to the age-old question, what level of Oreo is the correct level? In other words, which Oreo truly should be the default Oreo? Is it the classic, or is it something else? We're going to figure that out together. All right, I am excited to get to it and show you the 7 different levels of Oreo cookies that we are going to try today. By the way, just again, to make it clear, we are not trying different varieties like flavors. Those come and go and are definitely wonderful, would be totally worth a review at some point. But today, we are only looking at the different varieties of classic Oreos. The ones with like the chocolate wafer and some stuff in between. You'll see what I mean. Let me show you some of these. The first is we're going to start with at the very bottom of the barrel, barely Oreos at all. We're going to look at Oreos Thins. These things truly are thins, and they kind of make me feel bad because I am not. And so when I see these, I don't jump at them, and I rarely eat them because I actually don't think they're doing people any good. The thought would be that you eat less of them, I think, and you still get an Oreo experience. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, let's go now to the next level. Remember, we are doing 7 different levels. This is only number 2. That means closest to the bottom, except for thins, in the thinness categories, is regular Oreos. Default Oreos. It says milk's favorite cookie. That is a brilliant slogan. It's bursting onto or out of that milk at the bottom. This is iconic, certainly Americana at its finest. Who doesn't like a good Oreo cookie? But should it be the default Oreo? I'm not so sure because there are 5 more contenders. Let's take a look at the next one. The next variety is this. Double stuff Oreos. Now, this is the first time that word stuff has come about in this review, and I do want to point out there's only one F in stuff. I like that because it distinguishes it from other stuff that might exist in the universe. This isn't that. This is uniquely Oreo stuff that Nabisco crams in there. Double. My kid did a science experiment in 3rd grade, I think, where they actually like scraped off the stuff and saw if it was double. I think it got really close. And then they sent in their findings to Nabisco, and Nabisco sent them some coupons back, which was, every kid loves that. Double stuff has been my personal favorite. Many of the varieties, the different flavors that are out there seasonally of Oreos, I have found are in this level. So we'll see where that takes us in the future. The next one up, I think much fewer people buy this one, Mega Stuff. Now, if you watch the cereal episode, you know that this is the one that Post Cereal branded their Oreo O's that had marshmallows as Mega Stuff. They skipped right over Double Stuff and claimed that those were Mega Stuff. You got to watch that review to find out what I think about it. Spoiler, they were not mega stuffed. They were not good. So that must be more than Double Stuff. I can't imagine we're going like exponentially like 1, 2, and 4 times. I don't think we're there yet, especially because there are additional levels. A few years ago, maybe not a few years, maybe 1 year ago, Nabisco released a special edition called this, the Most Stuff. This was actually, as far as I understand, the second release of this level of Oreo cookie, which just has tons of things. Now, the existence, the fact that I still own these and I've had them in storage for a while is the reason why I think we're going to get to 7 different levels of Oreo Classic, and that will put us above other YouTube channels that have tried this in the past, because I don't think that they were as willing to hold things in storage and not eat them or sell them on eBay. I'm willing to let things stay for quite a long time in my closet in order to do fun videos like this. That's not all, though. There are 2 others that came out of the blue for me. The first is a different variation on what I think is the Most Stuff. This year, Nabisco released the Most Oreo Oreo. And I think what it is it's either the Most Stuff or it's a Mega Stuff Oreo with that much stuff, but then also cookie pieces mixed in to make sort of a cookies and cream filling. So it's even in the stuff, you have the Oreo cookie in the stuff. You could just eat the stuff and you'd still be eating Oreos. I think that's brilliant. I'll be interested to see if it is the most deserving of the Oreo title. Finally, we've got one that I think might be back from the grave. I hadn't seen it in a while. People are going gaga over its return. Here it is, Oreo Cakesters. These don't really count. They're in a class of their own in the sense of it isn't really a wafer cookie at all, but they're still original flavor, which is why I decided to put them in this review. So you can see before us 7 different types of classic Oreos. We're gonna try them. I'm gonna get a glass and some milk. You cannot do a taste test like this without those things. The goal is to find which of these is true Oreo. I don't think it's this one. Heads up, I don't think it's this one. I think it's somewhere in here that should be the new default. Because remember, this one is called just Oreo. But what do you think? Should it be? Should its long history continue to cement its default status, or should it be dethroned by another one of its jealous siblings? Friends, it's time to eat some snacks. All right, I think I am all prepared here. I've got my cup. I've got some napkins here. I guess I just want to be tidy around here. And then I've got my milk. I'm a guy who likes my skim milk. People in my cereal reviews have a big problem with that. And I would say, who cares what your problem is? It's what I like to eat, drink. Cereal, I eat cereal, but it has milk in it. So I guess I drink it. People drink milk. So let me pour myself a glass. I only have one of these glasses. I have some spare cups if I need it, just because it may get kind of messy maybe with my pudgy fingers trying to hold all these Oreos and dip them in milk. Let's start here at the end with number 1, which again is the thins. Let's open these things up. I don't know when this happened. I could look it up. When Oreos went to this like open from the top type of container. Oh my goodness. It's a barely there situation. Look at that. I mean, how could this be possible that you could call this an Oreo? I don't know that I've tasted one of these in a really long time. I'm going to put one out front so that we remember how thin and tiny they are. I know you can't even see that, but I'm going to save it for later over there. So here it is. Let me try it dry. Well, Oreos are wonderful. That's what we can know. We can know this from going in there. But this is pitiful. It tastes insubstantial, not enough. It doesn't make me feel thin. It doesn't mean I was going to stop eating them and eat less of them. So I don't know. Let me try it in milk to see if that's of any value for us. Half in milk. Oh, no. I think it is worse in milk because it makes you want there to be more stuff to suck the milk up, and it's just not there. So too svelte, too thin, too not enough of the things that we like about Oreos. Maybe you like that one. That was not my cup of tea. All right, now we're to what is the classic? What is the normal? Regular Oreos. Flat out, no nonsense, Oreos. Again, I'll put a napkin with one of these babies in front so I don't forget that we can compare them later, maybe make a big stack. I'm going to try to find one that's not broken. Here it is. Not much better. This is still extremely thin. The cookie seems to be the main difference. If I am looking at this in comparison to a thin, they both have very little frosting, very little stuff inside. The cookie itself in a thin is what makes it thin. Maybe everyone else knew that. I don't think I realized that that's what they meant. It's also a thin coating of a thin layer of the stuff, but really the cookie is substantially different. Let's try this dry. Now we're in business with the cookie, but there's barely stuff in there. If we could go back in time, do you think we would find that they have remained the same amount of stuff since their inception? Or are they taking advantage of all these other kinds to actually shrink a classic Oreo? Conspiracy theory time. Let's taste this one in milk, give it a couple seconds to soak some stuff up. How do you like to dip your cookies in milk? Do you let it sit like that, or do you do something different? The cookie now is finally the right size to hold on to something. I assume the cookie stays the same up until we get to the cakesters, right? What if the cookie continues to grow? Boy, that would be a real weird surprise. That would really take me off guard. I don't think that's going to be the case. All right, double stuff. Scientifically proven by my kid in 3rd grade, I'm pretty sure, to be close to double. In fact, I think that enough 3rd graders have done that project that they couldn't legally still be getting away with calling it double. They literally call it double. They could just call it more and do however much they want, but they literally called it double stuff by their own admission. If they don't want to get sued by 3rd graders in a class action lawsuit, they had better put double the stuff. If you've done this in 3rd grade and you want to send me your data, that would be interesting. I love somebody else's data. All right, let's try it dry. Okay, I think this is the right ratio. This should be called an Oreo. No more of this double stuff. It should be Oreo. Little bit littler Oreo, Oreo thins. That's what it should be. Then they don't have to worry about double stuff anymore. They can slightly modify it. Let's try it in milk. The creaminess of the stuff is finally coming out. Let's jump in now to mega stuff Oreos. Wow, there's certainly fewer in the box, although that makes it clear. In fact, they've moved from vertical to horizontal stacking because they probably just couldn't fit in nearly as much. Holy moly, already in mega stuff, I feel like this might be too much. Now we've hit ratios that are beyond what I am comfortable with. Holy cow, look at this one compared to that. It's the one cookie and the stuff is almost as big as the entire cookie of the classic. That's pretty amazing. It is substantially bigger. Let's try this one dry. Boy, I still like it. Now I'm tasting mostly the stuff, mostly the cream inside. I'm going to be very interested in how this holds up in milk. Let's try it. Okay, give her a try. We've crossed a line. In the double stuff, in milk, I was still tasting the milk wrapped into the cookie, sucked up into the cookie over the stuff. Now that we're in mega stuff, even with the milk suckage, I am primarily tasting the stuff, the cream. So if you like that flavor, it is unhampered by the milk. The milk does not affect that. It was a very small impact that this dip into the milk made. Oh, geez. The most stuff. It says back by popular demand. I love something weird. I love trying something new. Trying something that's returning by popular demand is right up my alley. I am a little worried, though, because now this is going to be a lot. Oh, mamacita. Look at that. It's too much. This should be called too much stuff. Let's find one to compare it to here. Look, it's not that much more, is it? It's more, but it's not. Maybe it is. Maybe they do 1 swipe, 2 swipe, 3 swipe, 4 swipes of like some sort of putter-oner. I'm just guessing at that. I have no idea. It could just be it goes like or like, it looks to me like it goes and then comes back. At least 2. Let's try this one dry. Holy moly. Too much. It should be called too much because it's not tolerable. I could not eat more than one of these. I guess I'm going to eat 1 bite dry. I'm going to put 1 bite in the milk, see what that does to it. Wow, that's outrageous. Yep, we've passed the mark. It really makes no difference that there's cookie on it anymore. It just tastes like cream, tastes like stuff in milk. This is so fun. This deserved to be brought back for the novelty. I think this is a great, great thing that exists. Let's do a more recent look at this. It looks like it's the most stuff, but cookie and creamified. I'm gonna try one dry. I don't know if I like, maybe because there's more cookie in the stuff, it will help balance it out. That would be a great thing to have happen. It does. Wow. This is not only more tolerable, but it is really like brings back a bunch of the cookie that I told you I lost, even between double stuff and mega stuff. They've done it. This is what big Oreos need to be from now on. I mean, I know this was limited edition, probably already gone now, but the truth is, the higher they go, the more it needs that. If they did a mega stuff cookies and cream version, so it would be called the most Oreo mega stuff, something like that, it could be the king. You know, also, I had a thought go through my mind before I took a bite of that, where I was like, this is too much. I've eaten too many Oreos. I'm not a guy who eats 7 different varieties of something in one sitting on a usual basis. But that brought it back. It won my heart anew. Wow, way to go. Let me try it in milk, see if that does anything. It won't suck up more milk because despite having more of that cookie flavor, it's all in the cream. I know that this is still ridiculous, but it's redemptive because once we passed this mark, it made me start feeling a little ludicrous, made me feel a little bit dumb that we're doing so much stuff, so much of that cream. It's just too much of that cream. This brought me back into the fold of Oreo. Hey, I know we're on a totally different level here, but this is still classic flavor, and some people swear by these things. I don't even know how to open them. I don't know what to expect inside. Oh, well, look at that. What they are is individually wrapped. This is one. It's huge. Am I going to eat this? No, hopefully it's 2. No, it's 1. Too big. And it doesn't have that thing. I can't, like, open it, peel it back. I have to open it like a normal snack. So this is just like a snack cake. Oh, geez, I don't know why I thought these were smaller, but this is not even in. Oh, okay, it is 2. Okay, it's 2 in here. That makes me feel a little bit better. I don't even know where to put this. Look at this. I think it was worth putting in this lineup because it does look similar to the other ones. I know you can't see them, but I can see them all. In just a second, I will stack them all up so you can see them as well. But let me. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe rip it in half so that I can eat a bite. Well, I don't need to rip it in half. I'll just bite it, and then I'll dip it in just a second. Here we go. Let's try this one dry. Like puffy. So this is the opposite direction. This is back to mostly being cookie, despite having a significant amount of stuff inside. It's actually a different stuff, which makes sense. It's a different product. Maybe it's a mega stuff level of stuff, but there's so much cake part that makes up the cookie that you need it. You couldn't do any less of frosting of stuff. Should you even dip these in milk? I don't know. I've never seen anyone eat one of these. I'm going to do it just for the heck of it. Let's try that. I think what I would do, if I was ever going to eat these again, Cakesters, I would have a glass of milk with it, but then I would eat and drink a sip separately. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Kind of washes it down. All right, let me line these things up for us. We're going to line them up right here on top of the Mega Stuff Oreos, and so we can see together the progression. Will we be able to make a huge tower without them falling apart? We will see. I think we can do it. All right, we're getting to that's the double stuff. This is the regular Oreo. And then we've got the thins judging me on the very top. Oh my, it's going to fall down. I want you to take a look at this and see how pitiful how pitiful a regular Oreo is when you see it in this context. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we completed in this video actually only one half of this week's shenanigans because, like I said, there's a whole additional bonus episode also on the channel in which we review Oreo cereals. But for now, it is more than enough. Remember, we gave all of these things fine reviews. They all taste like Oreos, but I really want to put the word out there for double stuff being the new default. If you want to try today's snacks for yourself, you can get almost all of them, way more than you need at any supermarket. Only a few of these are out of print right now. If you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on what is our normal topic, which is what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.